This time on Makers and Shakers, we got What's Up Picciuto, the top 5 video countdown tool of the week. I ask you what's the worst that could happen and more. Check it. Welcome, my friends, to episode number 9 of Makers and Shakers, the show that highlights people shaking it up in the world of woodworking, art, metal, crafts, and building. How are you doing? Today, I am going to have, this has been recommended to me many times, Not Your Father's Root Beer. So this is an alcoholic beer, root beer, 5.9% alcohol by volume. So let's give this a shot. I'm not a root beer fan, so we'll see. That's weird. I'm not sure I like it. It's all right. Chuck, you can have the rest. Yeah. Let's get my stuff out of the way first. Just the other day, I put out this video on making wedding rings. Every year, my wife and I retire our previous year's ring, and we make a new one. And so once a year, you're gonna get a video on making rings. And so this is year number 2. You can check out that video here. I've gotten a pretty good response on it so far. The book seems to be doing well. They're getting ready to do a second print run, so that must mean it's doing good, I guess. So if you want a copy, you can find it on Amazon. There will be a link down below. Also, I'm selling the 8 boxes that are in the book. 2 have already sold, so that means there are 6 left. So if you are interested in purchasing one of the boxes from the book, there's a link down below. I got some new stickers in finally. The square make something sticker right there. And then the cross section of a log sticker there. They will be sold as a set on my website. There will be a link down below. Hopefully by the time you see this, I will have them up for sale. And then a little bit of news. Next week, I will be in Rochester, New York for the Rochester Mini Maker Faire on Saturday, November 21st. So if you are in the area, me, Bob Claggett, Jimmy DeResta, and David Wilder will all be there. We'll be hanging out. We're gonna do a Making It podcast Q&A, a live thing there. So if you're in the area, come find us, say hello. All right, moving on. Yeah. All right, it is time for this week's top 5 video countdown. Coming in at number 5 is making and installing hardwood floors from a tree.
And you can actually see the brush from this tree is right there.
If you've been following my videos for a while, you might recall a video I did in January of 2015 about my friend Jim's homemade hydraulic powered swing blade sawmill. For ripping all these boards, I moved the bandsaw out into the driveway so we didn't have to try and maneuver these boards through my shop. This was a very tedious process, so I would come into the room to work on it from time to time. The one issue with this large sander was the dust collection wasn't very great.
That's cool, I like that. And there's one of the bow ties right there with the crack.
I mean, who makes their own hardwood floors? Seriously. Matt Cremona does, and he starts with a tree. Total baller, that dude is. Total baller. Number 4, the oval shot glass cabinet by Jackman Carpentry. Has been getting really creative with his video edits lately, so it's really good stuff, great production, and great work. Good stuff, Paul. Number 3, the bowl bread knife. Have a look. The really cool thing about this project is he actually cuts the blade as well on the CNC machine. I've seen other bread knife videos and tutorials, but I've never seen anybody actually cut the blade. So good stuff, Pat. Good stuff. Number 2, making a knife from pruning shears by The Small Wood Shop. That is super cool and creative. That is pretty badass. And coming in at number 1 this week, the custom contemporary table. Take a look. Douglas does a great job of combining wood and metal in his projects, and it's really cool. Good stuff. Check out his channel and subscribe. All of these videos are in a playlist down below, along with 5 extra videos not shown here, so please check that out. It is time for the Amazon item of the week. Every week I show you an item that I personally have and provide you an Amazon link to that item. Purchasing anything on Amazon through the provided link helps support this show. And this week's item is the Homemade Modern book by Ben Unida. If you've been watching the show, you know that I've featured Homemade Modern many times, and I just love his work. It's really creative, it's very original, and if you know me, you know I like books. So when you take the two and you combine them, boom, you get this. This is an awesome book. I purchased this book. Ben did not send me this book. Ben doesn't know I'm doing this. I purchased this book with my money on Amazon, and I am thrilled with it. Awesome, 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 great project. So that is this week's Amazon item of the week. Awesome, cool project. He's so good with concrete and just pipes, and it's just stuff that you can get from the home center. Good stuff. Earlier this week on Facebook and Twitter, I asked you, what's the worst that could happen? Here's how you responded. I could chop off my wife's favorite finger. Weird. Usually when someone asks me that, I look them in the eye and say, F it, hold my beer. That time my vise slipped and a piece of copper took a ride off my angle grinder straight into my face. The realization that I now have every tool that I will ever need. Never happened. Finding out what that stupid safety feature was the hard way. Dovetail joints with high expectations. Going in with 10, coming out with 9. President Donald Trump. President Hillary Clinton. Could happen because we all know it happens. If you are new to the show, please subscribe, as I also put out how-to videos here on YouTube, and you can follow me on Instagram, Facebook, Periscope, and Twitter. On my website, you'll find even more tutorials as well as plans, project kits, stickers, t-shirts, and more. If you're looking for a way to support the show, you can do so by sharing this post on Facebook and Twitter, and you can also make a monthly donation on Patreon. I also make a weekly audio podcast with Jimmy DeResta and Bob Clagett, and this week we answer listener questions. That is it, folks. Be safe, stay passionate, and make something.